Your struggles are just opportunities to learn. You will be assertive when you need to be. You have the tools you need to achieve your dreams. When you practice self-love, you become more lovable. You control your fears. They do not control you. Today, you chose yourself. You have the faith in your abilities to make anything happen. Believing in yourself comes naturally. My value and worth all stem from within. No one will know it unless I show up for me and show what I'm not willing to settle for. I stand in my truth. I stand up for me. I attract relationships that challenge me to be better than I was yesterday. May the people around me fill my cup with passion, community, love, and loyalty. I am deserving of a strong tribe with authentic relationships based on who I am and not who they think I am. Thank you for joining me for another episode of My Girl Speak with Key. Of course, I'm Key, and happy Wednesday. Today's show, I'm being joined by CL from the Relationship Status Podcast once again. Hey, pal, it's been a while. How have you been?
Great. I didn't know I was your pal, but I'm awesome. I'm awesome, dear. How about yourself?
You caught me off guard with that one. But yeah, I didn't want to, normally I'd be like, hey, girl, hey. I couldn't do that this time.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
So pal just sound, appropriate. But
yes.
It's been a while. The people been asking about you.
They have.
They have.
Have they been requesting CL Van Zandt?
They have been requesting Siri and My Whole Part 2 for a while.
Really?
Yes, the people, they have been wanting to hear from you.
Okay.
So we're happy to have you again.
I feel honored.
I really feel like we should clap because we're so happy to have you again.
Oh, wow. We should clap.
Yes. Y'all feel that? Yes.
Okay. Could be more clapping, but I'll take what's presented to me. Okay.
To start the show off, let's do some icebreakers real quick.
Icebreakers. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Tupac or Biggie?
It's Biggie. I have I believe in the East Coast, West Coast beef.
Oh, so you got like legitimate reasons?
No, legitimate reasons. I just like East Coast music better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Biggie.
All right. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all times is probably it's a good one. I want to say Let's Do It Again. It's probably one of my favorite movies.
You know what? I feel kind of bad because I've never seen it.
You never seen it?
No.
Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier.
I'm going to look that up tonight and I'm going to watch it.
Way before you were born.
Yeah. But I'm going to let you know how I feel about it.
Okay. It's a good movie.
Cats.
Matter of fact, Biggie Smalls'
is
name.
In the movie?
No, that's the character's name in the movie where Biggie Smalls got his name from.
Oh, okay.
See how we just manifested that? It came back full circle.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
I was hoping you said that.
Yes, dogs.
Everything else you said I didn't agree with.
You did not?
No.
You actually think Tupac is maybe better than Biggie?
No. I feel like it depends on the day, like the vibe. Like when I'm feeling grown and sexy, I want to listen to Biggie. Okay. It's something about his voice for me. Not the lyrics as much as how he sound. I know you can't agree with that.
I can't.
Okay, now with Tupac, he's just more pleasing to me overall, like the aesthetic, the way he looks. I'm a woman, so I'm going all the way there. And I like, to shoot it up.
So you like to shoot it up?
Yeah, yes, like I like his music. It makes me want to do a drive-by. But we're not going to talk about that. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So
never.
The first question I have for you today is, do you know who Derrick Jackson is?
I do. I know a few Derrick Jacksons, but yes, Derrick Jackson, I do know. I do. I'm familiar with.
So are you familiar with what recently transpired?
Yes and no.
So we're going to start. Let's start it like this.
Okay.
Before the situation that just came up, how would you have viewed Derrick Jackson before?
I view him like I view all people. He's just human. Not perfect. Don't mean to get it right every time, but just human. So we going to say what he did?
Yeah, we're going to talk about what he did. I just want to know how you felt about him before he did it.
Same way I feel about everybody who's whatever they're selling. They're just human, just a man, just a woman. I don't tend to celebrate too many people or celebritize them.
Right.
So I believe a good person can deliver. No, I think a bad person can deliver a good message.
Yes, I do agree with that.
Yeah.
I do agree with that.
Yes.
And one of the things that I would say, I used to be a follower of Derrick Jackson's like years ago. Maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. I used to really like retweet him all the time.
Really?
I did. But the thing for me was the messages. I kind of look at men that talk against men all the time a little differently.
Why?
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to gain from it. Like,
trying to get all the women.
Exactly. I didn't think it was real.
Well, it's pandering to a certain extent because we know, especially black women drive culture. So if you get the women behind you, it's kind of like all women before 12 free. The guys are going to come if the women come.
Right.
So we tend to follow in culture and society what women do, especially black women. So if you're going to pander, because he couldn't pander to me. Mm-hmm. So a woman is more likely to go for that. So he found an audience and a lane to service.
I think.
So it's business. It's not, I don't think it's as personal.
Right.
As women have made it. Like, he lied to us. Well, he lies to everybody.
Did you see how many videos he did on cheating, though?
Like, I did not.
It was one of those topics that he was in that car with that car seat talking about cheating like every week.
Well, he can deliver a good message and not be right.
No, I think that's the thing. His message was right.
Okay, so it shouldn't matter.
He didn't actually live up to what he was saying.
Well, in most cases, most people don't.
But with social media, we can log in and be whoever we want to, whenever we want to.
You're just as good as who you are when the phone is on.
Right.
Yes. So that's what he did. And to get to the point where it actually starts to make you money, if I did 4 videos that made money, imagine if I did 10.
Right.
So he had an opportunity to go from there.
I've purchased shirts from this man.
So he's made money.
I know for a fact that I have, and if I have, like, the word of mouth, if I have something on, somebody's going to ask me where I got it from. So I can imagine, like, the friends that I have that has purchased from him as well. So that's just me.
Now, is that his fault?
No, it's not. Like I said, his message wasn't less real. It's just he didn't actually live up to it, which goes into what I wanted to talk to about narcissism.
Well, let's talk about it.
Because I feel like a narcissist, they're unable to be accountable. Like, they don't see their faults. Like, a narcissist, from what I've read and researched, I've actually been in love with a narcissist before.
Have you?
Yes. Okay. I was in love with a narcissist for about 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And
in love is a strong choice of words for 3 or 4 years.
That was just getting out of it. Like, we were together. How long were we together? No, let me stop, because y'all start adding up my relationships and figuring out who I'm talking about. Okay. I have to hear about this every episode. Yeah. So I won't go into the details of that, but I will say that I was with a narcissist, and I didn't even identify it as that at first because I couldn't see it.
Why would you?
You can't tell. Like,
is narcissist one of these new 2010 trigger words? Everybody's a narcissist. Everybody's an introvert.
Everybody's saying it now. But the first time I was introduced to this word was actually when me and that ex, which is not my most recent ex, broke up. And my uncle texted the word to my mom. It was like, have you ever heard of this? Because I feel like his name should be beside this in the dictionary.
Wow.
And it described everything when I say the blaming me for everything wrong that he did, to the point where he could give me support and facts, and I really thought I was wrong. The ability to manipulate me to feel a certain, like, it was a different situation. And when I look at Derrick Jackson's wife,
hold on a second. Let me pause you there.
Okay.
Does that have to do more with him or you?
Now, are you aware or familiar with narcissism abuse? Have you ever heard of it?
I've never heard of it until today, but in any abuse, we play a part. We
do, because we stay.
Okay.
We stay. I personally have not. Now, I'm not saying that this is this is all the way true, but I haven't met any woman that has been abused by a man that left the first time. Rather, it was abusive physically, emotionally, or anything like that, because there's stages to abuse. I've never met a situation or met someone that got hit automatically.
Okay.
Usually he isolates you. He does something. It stages to it, and we allow the stages to progress.
Yeah, but my question is, why would you allow it? And I'm not saying victim blaming.
No,
I'm just asking, like, when you said somebody may have done something.
It's all
what about the person? What about you personally? Me too. That allows you to take that off someone, and I think that's where it kind of starts.
What I have learned through research and from personal experience, but research because I like to Google stuff. Mm-hmm. I've learned that a lot of times people that have these characteristics, they already know that you're vulnerable. They already know that you're not emotionally stable.
Okay.
So because I'm not emotionally stable, I am prone to stay in a situation that's not healthy for me. Okay. Whereas if I was, loving myself the way that I'm supposed to and seeing my self-worth, I may have walked out the door at the first moment. Men do what we allow them to do.
Some cases, yes.
In most cases, well, even women,
I'm pretty sure you're not the only victim.
Yeah, we allow it.
You allow certain parts of it, yes.
But I also feel like in a lot of cases, a man know how far he can go with a certain woman.
No, we never know.
You don't think so?
We just rolling the dice.
You don't think so?
We're not that smart. We don't know how far we can go. We just like, oh, that worked. Oh, wow.
I always felt like you knew because I never heard of them doing it. Like certain women just don't be put in the same situation. So
there's a woman putting up with something she doesn't want to put up with. Every woman on this earth is putting up with something she don't like. So it's just a matter of what it is that you don't like. It shouldn't be abuse.
Right.
But he might not put his shoes up.
Right.
He might always leave the toilet seat up. I don't know. But we all have something. So it's just a matter of how big it is. Mm-hmm. And what you don't want to do is allow big things to go unchecked.
Well, then, small things turn into big things if you don't check the small ones.
Well, I mean, it starts small. Mm-hmm. But a big thing is the way you talk to me. If I check you the first time,
right,
we're less likely to have a problem before it becomes a big argument. Mm-hmm. Like, first, you don't curse at me. If you're mad, happy, sad, we're not doing that. And if we are, I'm willing to walk away from this relationship right now.
So you have those conversations in the beginning, or how does that
I come into a relationship personally already deciding how I am going to treat you. So I don't really have a problem treating somebody fair. It might be a little different with me with time, but fair and talking to you and treating you like somebody, that's what I do every day with everybody.
Right.
So that's not an issue. But it could be another issue for dating that, like, well, my life kind of moves fast. So it's a lot of switches and changes. So I might have said I was going out of town. Now I'm not going out of town. Or I was going to Atlanta, but now I'm going to Charlotte. I may not always convey that the best way. I'll tell you. But sometimes I just found out. So that could be a problem.
I think it's all about how you deliver it, though. Because the way that you just explained that to me is kind of hard for me. I'm not in a relationship with you, so I might be looking at it a different way. Mm-hmm. But the way that you just explained it to me, if you call me and be like, oh, I thought we were going this place, but it just changed, how can I get mad at the delivery of that?
It's not a we, it's a me. But if it's us, then it's probably going to stay the same. If we're going together.
Okay.
But during my course of the day, I may start off doing one thing, doing something else. I may start off in one car, end up in another car. So I'm just saying all of that's not always conveyed, or I've had experiences and things that happen that I may not even talk about because it's just regular to me. And the person may feel like I'm not sharing with them.
I'm actually going through that myself.
Yeah. So I personally probably need to get better at that. So I think the way to handle it is when it starts small, just try to address it. Say something like, no, we can't do that. But a lot of women are afraid to break up or leave. But that's the only way to win if you're willing to lose.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, a man, I feel like, now I don't want to get too, because I kept saying you thought you was a woman on the last show, so you could really come for me if I keep talking as a man.
No.
So I'm not a man, so I don't really know how you guys feel. But I feel like
we don't either. Like, we don't know how we feel. Like, just, hey.
You know what? I was starting to think I understood men, but now after this conversation, I'm starting to see that if you don't understand men and you are a man.
Absolutely. Some things I understand what you would do in the situation, but understand, no.
Now, let's back up a minute.
Okay.
So, we're going to talk about the actual live. Well, the video.
Okay.
You saw the video with Derrick Jaxn and his wife?
The apology.
The apology, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Which he shouldn't have done, but yes.
I was going to ask you, how did you feel about that?
Shouldn't have did it.
Why not?
If you did something, you apologize for it. Shouldn't have brought her into it.
Mm-hmm.
And the internet is undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
The internet will destroy you. So it don't care. It don't care. The internet doesn't care who it blames. So you just set your wife up to look crazy. She wasn't dressed the best. It didn't look professional. Like he just literally said, come here, I'm about to do this video. Or he been begging all day and said, nah, let's do the video.
I have so many thoughts about just what she had on. Like,
yeah, that's a thing.
Like, one of the things that I thought when I saw it was that, look, you hid me for this long. And now you asking me.
Well, see, I didn't know he was hiding her.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was married either.
Nobody ever knew I knew he was married. I don't remember how I knew he was married.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw the pictures because he had pictures in his tux on his Instagram. You just didn't see the wife.
A tuck?
Like the tux.
Oh, a tuxedo. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you saw my Instagram feature. I didn't know.
No.
Okay.
So he had the suit on. Like the actual wedding photos, she wasn't present.
Wow. Okay.
So, and then I remember when he had a baby, like some years ago, he showed like his child's hand, and then the internet went crazy. Oh, I can't believe you talking about black love and your child is mixed. They just assumed because the baby's hand was light complexion that he was with a white woman.
Okay.
So then he did this live and was like, I'm never showing my child again.
Okay.
And that was the end of that. So we didn't never see his wife. We never saw his kids. That was just it.
He just put her in a bad position.
But I felt like this is what I thought. I had so many different thoughts about what she had on. One, the first time that we get on camera is to admit that you cheated on me. And not just that you cheated on me. You cheated on me with several people.
But isn't it alleged? Okay.
No, he said
he confessed to it?
He confessed to it being many women. In that video, he said like as if it was plural. So you want me to get on camera now. I wasn't on camera any before. You've never done a video in the house. All of the videos were in the car.
Men can switch it up.
No, but this is what I was processing when I saw her.
Okay.
So I felt like she wore her bonnet and she didn't wear no bra because she was just over it.
Okay, I didn't know she didn't have on a bra.
Yeah, she just was over it.
And it was a beret, not a bonnet, from what I understand now.
Now, she did another live and had on the beret.
I don't know.
That looked like a bonnet. My eyes ain't all the way.
I mean, I don't. You're right. Tomato.
I know. I'm saying my eyes could have not saw it clear, but the whole America thought that was a bonnet.
I thought so too, but she said it was a beret.
Yeah.
That part got me. I was like, okay.
Because she wore the video where she said it was a beret. She had one on.
I didn't see that.
That did not look like that bonnet.
Yeah, I didn't see that. There's many styles of berets. That's what people don't know.
But that looked like. We don't know. She know what she had on.
Okay.
We don't know. We think it was a bonnet.
Let me ask you something about something you said. Or let me make a statement. When you said Derrick Jaxn had many women, I think sometimes when things start, you have good intentions, and it grew, and then, like, the root of all evil is attention. It used to be money, or the love of money, but now it's attention. He was probably honest or earnest in his beginning stages. But then the celebrity kicked in and the women kicked. It's cool. You can be faithful when you don't have no options. But you have to really be faithful and committed when you have options and don't. Because he may have never received that kind of attention from women.
Because from my understanding, like after looking up his, all of a sudden after they went live, all the pictures surfaced. Like all of them. They were high school sweethearts. They've been together forever.
But that woman might have didn't want the celebrity part of it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What you were saying, he may have never gotten that attention. He had been with her forever.
Yeah, but so the attention from other women is different, not a woman.
I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
Meaning that he may have not. I mean, if you jumping out of college. Well, high school, because I've seen pictures with his football jersey on it. She was there. So you guys were together since high school. Meaning that, what if she was the only woman he knew? Yes. And then he got I was agreeing with you. Okay. He got famous, and then his head,
because it can change. It can change. Like it really can.
My only thing is like I said, you said you saw a couple of his videos, but like it was like you might as well say he had a cheating series, because he talked. He did talk about cheating
a lot, and being fake. But he could have felt strongly about it, but just not been able to stay away from the temptation. And sometimes in our minds, we convince ourselves that things are all right, that really aren't all right.
It's narcissism.
Narcissism. And somebody may have to call it out. Do I think he thought he was cheating was good? No.
So you feel like maybe he knew better, he just decided not to do better?
Yes. Doing better don't feel as good either. So, you know. And then sometimes, and I'm pretty sure it was a situation, and not bailing him out in any way, that he might have said, I want to stop. But you're already involved with this woman. And then she persists a little bit.
Now, I did hear an interview from one of his alleged women. I'm going to say alleged because I don't know for sure, I wasn't there.
Okay.
What she said, now there was a lot of discrepancies in her interview.
A lot of discrepancies.
Yes, and on her part. The first part, she said she had no idea he was married. Now, a lot of us...
He could have hid that.
Didn't know. But here's the part that got me. Supposedly, she didn't have social media. None.
Who didn't? The wife?
The mistress.
Oh, the mistress. Okay.
She said she didn't have social media. She's a surgeon. She doesn't do the internet. Okay, cool. Right. But then she said he blocked her on all social media. So do you have it or do you not have it?
Maybe when it started, she didn't have it, and then she got it. I don't know.
You giving me another insight, because I wouldn't have thought about it like that. Yeah. I automatically thought she was lying.
No, she could have not had it. Everybody hasn't had social media. Most people aren't born on social media. Some kids are.
Right, the new kids.
Like my generation, no. That's something you had to go to. So maybe she didn't have it initially. And then sometimes when a woman is involved with you and you're involved in something, they get involved. Sometimes it's just support. Sometimes it's to keep tabs. So let me see what you're really doing.
Well, she said he never introduced himself as Derek Jackson. When she met him, he introduced himself as D. Okay,
that's short.
That could be possible. I've met some people with some street names.
Okay.
But the part that got me was when she said that she didn't know he was married, but then she also said that she logged into YouTube on her sister page because he blocked her on YouTube.
Sometimes you gotta block people. I gotta block you all the way around, man. You a problem.
Wait. First of all, how you even know her name to block her on YouTube? That's a bit much.
Listen, when you in the blocking mode, you gotta lock in and find out everything.
I tried to find somebody. When I watched it, I was like, let me see if I can find my ex on YouTube. And I was like, I can't even find him to block him. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to see if you could do it. I wanted to know if you could do it, and I couldn't do it. But this is what she said now.
Yes.
So she said she logged into her sister's YouTube. What made her do that, I don't know. And when she did that, she saw the live with him and his wife.
This current live?
Yes.
So however many years ago this happened, or how many months ago it happened, she never knew until she saw the video?
That's what she said. But then she also, in the same breath, said that he told her he was married, but he was separated from his wife, and he stayed with his brother.
He did stay with his brother. It was just at his other place in Midtown Atlanta. So he did stay with his brother, but he also had a house with his wife.
But did he block you?
What you mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was like, okay, it was so many questions I had. Not saying that she's lying, but it was so many questions I had. So did you know or did you not know?
At this point, her honesty isn't on display. It's Derek's. So we shouldn't attack the woman.
No, not attacking her, but how do we know that?
We know he's a cheater.
Well, yeah.
Because he confessed to it, right?
But now he said he didn't cheat.
Well, I mean, I'm going to go with him.
The first
time you said you cheated.
He cheated. Now he's saying he didn't cheat because he was separated, which I want to go into that. How do you feel?
No, if you're married, you can't be separated until you're divorced. You You're just not living together. You can agree to disagree, but you're still technically married. So
I've heard of, now this is a real thing. I've heard of you being separated and having paperwork saying that you can see other people. I've heard of that. It's somebody
that's something a lying man made up. But yeah, okay.
That's something I heard about recently.
Oh yeah, we make up stuff like that all the time. I got paperwork too. And I got some pit bull puppies. Like, I got everything.
They always have pit bull
puppies. I always have a pit bull puppy.
They always had them. That's so fast. Yeah. But so you would go with the first thing. He's still a cheater, even though he
confessed to cheating. Like, if I believed you, there's a lot of accusations here. His honesty is on trial. None of the accusers, and they could be lying. But a lot of things line up.
The thing is, he could, the people doing interviews could be lying. They could actually have, I don't even know Derrick Jackson, but what we do know is that he did cheat with someone. Maybe it wasn't them. It could have been someone.
Yeah.
It was someone.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden he's saying that he's separated, and he was separated.
Well, we've already proven he's a liar, so what he says forward, now he has to prove, and there's just too much evidence.
Now, with the body language in the video.
Body language.
I'm going to speak to you because you're a man.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about their body language? Did you pick up in any cues or anything like that?
She seemed like she didn't want to be there. Seemed like she was maybe not forced, but definitely asked a bunch of times, and she just gave in. Like, okay, I'll do it. Because now it affects her because it affects their lifestyle. So I don't know if she works or doesn't work. I need to keep this 20 grand coming in a month to afford this lifestyle, so you might have to do this video so we don't lose it all at once.
She very much did look forced.
She did.
A part of me, I kind of felt like when I looked in her eyes, at first I thought she looked scared. But then when she started talking, it was as if maybe her eyes softened a little bit and she didn't look as terrified. But that's a big man.
But she's been believing in him for all these years.
So you don't think...
So what's one more belief?
Okay, so you think that she just found out he was cheating? You don't think maybe she knew?
I don't think she knew, but I think she knew before that day he was cheating. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe she found out a year ago. We're just finding out now.
Now, the only thing that gets me with this whole situation is he conveniently just dropped a book. And the book is on the lines of, was it A Cheating Man's Heart? He has a book named A Cheating Man's Heart. He said that was not a real book. It wasn't based off of his life. But he just dropped a book about problems in marriage. I can't remember the name right now.
I don't think this is an attempt to sell a book. I just think he got caught.
So it's just conveniently at the same time.
Why would you risk your marriage? If you're going to pull a stunt, that ain't the stunt you pull.
But you're not risking your marriage if your wife knows.
Your wife knows what? You already cheated?
No. You're not risking your marriage if your wife knows that you're allowing this to come out because you're selling a book.
I just think it's too risky. Because now you're going on the thing we had to believe in, which was your reputation.
After researching her and looking at her page, and seeing that she is a strong member of the army of the Lord, I don't feel like she would leave him. Because in the Bible, a lot of now, if you want to go scripture, it does say if the bed is defiled, you can leave. That is the only time you can get a divorce. If you want to go that way. But like the way that she even did her live, her response, she was basically saying that, only God could judge him. Only Jesus could. And she wasn't at a position to do that. And she said a lot of things that align with her just basically saying that God would want her to stand by her husband.
Well, I think when your lifestyle depends on it, you'll say and do things. And I don't know that to be the case, but she does depend on this man for something. Right. So to protect my lifestyle, if I need to be this quote unquote hide behind the scripture, you might say those things. But people use religion as a shield all the time. And, how religious are you? I can't tell her how religious she is or how religious she is not. But that don't mean she's in the army of the Lord. No, she's just only talking about God.
No, she has her page.
That don't mean
she's been like this for a while.
It's people on there with rented vehicles right now. You can rent religion. Like you can just say God, God, God. Like her husband is a liar.
Well, true.
I mean,
I feel like my biggest issue with this whole thing, and you spoke to that a few minutes ago. You said that he should not have involved her at all because the internet is such a bad place and it's evil. And like as soon as this live was over, we got memes about her bonnet. We got people drawing hairstyles on her.
But you know who does that, right? Women. Y'all the main people who be saying don't do it, and y'all be the main ones doing it.
I didn't draw no hair on her.
You looked and you laughed and you said, I wouldn't be that.
The only thing I said about it, I said that she looked like she was going through narcissism abuse. I did say that.
Okay.
And I did say that I felt like there was some type of emotional. I didn't laugh at her. I didn't see anything funny.
Well, not laugh, but she's going to take some of the blame for him even cheating. And women are the ones who point the finger but say you shouldn't blame the woman.
I saw so many posts where people like posted who he allegedly cheated with beside her.
Absolutely. And compare them.
It was like, okay, so you look like this, you get on live and you don't have a brown and you got a bonnet on. You didn't even comb your hair, but then you're wondering why he's cheating on you. Did you look like this the whole time? And it's like.
Who said that, a man?
Women.
I know, women.
It was women. And I was just so hurt by it because for one, as a woman, how the first thing you do is blame the woman for being cheated on. A man cheats because he wants to.
You can't prevent anyone from cheating.
They gonna do it if they want to.
I know, but it's still a responsibility.
You can be the most wonderful woman, or in a case where a man gets cheated on, you could be the most wonderful husband or boyfriend or whatever you are, and she could still go out here and do the hoochie coochie on you.
Oh yeah, but there's a little smoke before that fire, because that's how all fires get started. You got to have some smoke first. She's a victim, but now it seems like she's a participant.
At this moment, yes.
She's saying the right things, and I don't know if she means it in her heart or just doing it for the internet. So that's the confusing part.
The thing is, when I look at her videos and I look at her pictures and I've read her captions, I think she means it, and it breaks my heart.
You believe Instagram?
For some cases.
I don't.
But like I went far down into her stuff and I feel like she wouldn't leave.
People lie for years.
Well, yeah, I know.
Well, why should she leave? Well, let me ask you that.
This brings me back to a good conversation I had with Be Easy a long time ago. I always reference this conversation because it kind of, like the glass shattered.
Yep.
Like it did that. He said, just because cheating is your end all be all and a deal breaker for you, that does not necessarily mean that that's a deal breaker for someone else.
Yeah, and we don't know. Okay, let's say he's been cheating. Maybe he's been cheating on her from day one. Maybe it's just something. This is a part of their life now. The world just knows about it.
Right. And
not saying it's right, but she's just accepted that he's a cheater.
Yeah, and if that's like I told Be Easy one time, if that's what you like, then who am I to judge you?
I'm gonna judge you. I'm gonna judge you, but hey, I'm not gonna tell her to stay or leave unless she asks me.
Well, I don't have nowhere for sis to go.
Yeah, well,
so I won't.
She's got a baby.
That's one of the things where
They're
got
married.
three kids
For him. Oh, she got the golden ticket. She good. She gonna get something.
Yeah, they got 3 kids together. So
I didn't know they had 3 kids together. Okay.
That car seat in the back seat in the videos hasn't changed in a while, though.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
I know nothing of car seats other than their car seats.
It's like a blue one, like it be in every video.
Okay.
But like I'm saying, they have more than one child.
So they're recycling car seats?
I don't know how that works. Maybe they take the other one out.
Okay.
I haven't really thought so much about it. I actually never noticed that the man never did a video in his house until someone brought it up when he did the one
Maybe
with his
it's just more comfortable in the car for him.
It might be more quiet. You got 3 kids.
Yep. Could be.
Yeah. Because sometimes
But women that turn that in, he was hiding from something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, they probably say that his wife didn't even know he was Derek Jackson. But that's what the mistress say. She didn't know who he was. So I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But have you ever been like in contact with anyone that you think had narcissistic traits?
Is that in a relationship or
not necessarily? Well, from research, they say it's more commonly seen in men. So I would say like just
I've dealt with some men who are narcissists, but we definitely wasn't in a relationship.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I have a friend who I think is a little narcissistic. Is that
what right? Traits would you say he's exhibiting?
he believes his own magic. Like, he really believes his own tricks. Until he's caught, he believes it.
Oh, I know somebody.
He'll
like
sell
that.
it to you. He's like,
you
yeah.
might be talking about the same person.
No,
you're not friends with anybody.
This gentleman has been married 5 times, and he's probably just 40.
No, that's not the person I know.
He'll sell a bag of tricks. He's had smart women to a lawyer with their own firm.
What? Okay, so I guess I'm gonna speak to this then.
Okay.
In that particular situation, did you see any? What kind of personalities did the women have?
I refused to go to his first 2 weddings because I knew it was a sham to start with. So I really don't know any of the women, but I've known him since we were 8 or 9 years old.
Because I was going to ask you, did they have?
He might have been 4 and I might have been 8. I've known him that long.
And he's been exhibiting these traits, you would say, forever?
Some of it is family traits, yeah. But when you have a certain amount of success, I think there's a certain level of narcissistic behavior in anyone who's successful, because you have to believe that first. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit. It's just a matter of what amount. Do you have 10% or 90%? The 90% gets you in trouble. But you got to believe it. You got to believe in some of this stuff beforehand. Then it can go like to fame. Fame can reveal it. They say money will reveal who you are. If that's, who you really are. You're only humble because you don't have it.
Right. Now
you got it. Like,
well, from what I read about narcissists, it does talk about how they are egomaniacs. Like we all are a little bit egomaniacs. Not all of us.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think I'm like that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm fly.
See? There you go, right there. You're not it, but you just said that.
But I don't think I'm egotistical. I don't think so. I wouldn't, I
said a little bit. I didn't say a lot.
Maybe like 20%.
Maybe it could be like 8%, but it's still there, is what I'm saying.
But when you're dealing with a narcissist, it's more of a control thing. Like, it's always about them.
Yeah, so he's a narcissist, yeah. It's always been about him, even when it's not about him. Give you an example. Group of guys sitting at a table. There's a waitress. She was mediumly attractive. Took all our orders, drinks, food, everything. She leaves, walks away. He says, she wants me. That lady gave you no indication she wanted none of us, just to order the food. He was like, nah, she really wants me. Like, how did you come up with that? This lady didn't show any interest in anyone at this table but ordering the food. It's like, I know, I see it.
You saw something you couldn't see.
I didn't see it. And he pursued her like she really said, I'm interested in you. And next thing you know, another Caucasian lady's bringing out her check. Like, he just harassed her I said, you at least got to leave her a good tip.
Yeah, he sound like a narcissist.
Yeah.
But
it's 5 of us at the table. She chose you. She gave you no indication of this. So that's just in his mind who he is, who that person is at that moment. So
I would ask you, hold on, I'm still stuck on the whole thing about she didn't look at you at all. Like,
yeah, like she just literally did her job.
So I wrote a Facebook status. You're not on Facebook, so I'm gonna tell you what it says. All right. So I wrote a Facebook status and I said, narcissists do not know they're narcissists. And like someone commented on it and was like, oh, I can't wait to hear the show because I need a breakdown of this. Okay. I feel like a true narcissist does not know they're a narcissist because of their inability to be accountable.
Okay. I do agree with you, but I think it's something else. It's kind of like a person on crack or alcohol. They don't even know they're an alcoholic because it's this their way of life. Mm-hmm. So if you're a narcissist and you've been this way since maybe you were little or you were raised around them, it's just become a part of your life. You don't know this isn't normal until somebody sheds light on it. Like, are you crazy? Like, what's wrong with you?
I remember I used to tell this guy that I used to talk to. Well, when it got really bad, I told him he needed therapy. Like I told him, I was like, you don't need a girlfriend. You need a therapist. And
he probably didn't even know that.
And he wrote a status on Facebook and was like, my ex said I need therapy. There's nothing wrong with me. I've never been through any trauma.
Everybody needs a therapist.
I
for
do
something.
agree with that. I start therapy tomorrow.
Great.
I'm
That's
so
awesome.
excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So but he said, my ex said I need therapy. I've never been through any trauma. I've never been through anything to need that. I feel like women just say that when they don't get their way.
No, you don't know it's trauma because it's what you've been raised in. Like sometimes racist people don't even know they're racist. It's just all they know. We don't like blacks or we don't like whites, and it's all you know.
But my friend is black. And then they say that,
yeah,
and then don't realize how racist that is to even like, or I married a black woman. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
But you could like her and don't like her family.
Absolutely.
I've seen it before.
I'll give you an example. I was in 5th grade, and I found out what divorce was. My friend mom and dad were divorced, lived on the same street, but they were divorced. So everybody had their own, like everybody had a new wife, new husband. Mm-hmm. I had never heard the word divorce. I've never seen divorce. My uncles, aunts, everybody's married. I could not believe this. Like I literally harassed this kid every day about divorce. I could not believe it. I said, how do you have your mama got a husband and
So you weren't even accustomed to.
I never even heard the
single parent homes.
I never saw that.
Oh wow.
Never saw that. Even my uncles that weren't with their wives was with their wife. I was like, how did your mama go marry somebody else? Like what? How?
You know what? That same thing you just said. I remember the first time I went to one of my friend's house and her parents were married.
Oh,
and I
wow.
was like,
see?
Wow, your dad like your mom? Like, they like, wait, is that your real dad or is that your stepdad?
Exactly.
And she was like, that's my dad. You sure? And like, I did the opposite of what, and you want to know the sad thing about it was I was 16.
16? Wow.
And I had never seen anyone's parents be together.
Really?
I'd never seen it.
There's a certain amount of trauma in that.
Yeah.
That you would never know because
I'm used to that.
You're used to that.
Yeah. I do feel like that guy needs therapy. I don't feel like I said that because things didn't go the way they needed to go. He's a narcissist. It
could be a little of both, but you're still right.
Yeah. But I need therapy.
Well, I mean, you're still right. You're not wrong. You still need therapy, and I want to get my way a little bit. Yeah. Because,
I mean, I don't feel like, I did say it as an insult. You need therapy. You need a couch and a licensed professional and not a girlfriend. I did say that as an insult. But at the same time, looking at my life now and how comfortable I am with saying I start therapy tomorrow, like it's not going to hurt anybody to get extra help.
It's not. But a lot of people believe that the woman is supposed to be your therapist. Like I'm supposed to put all my burdens on you and you just going to take them and take them and take them. And that's not what she's there for.
I just heard like a Negro spiritual in my head as you was talking because that's how dating has felt for me lately.
Yeah, you should just leave them alone. It's like I'm good.
You know what? Speaking of which, because we kind of changed the subject just slightly. Okay. Because I have you on the show, I had introduced Keys with Key last week.
Keys with Key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think on DJ Khaled.
Yeah, right. I see. I hear you.
Okay, so it's a segment where people write in and they ask me a question. This particular question, it was emailed to me from a man. And I'm so blessed that I had already scheduled for you to be on the show this week. So I had a man to ask this question to. Okay. So I met this girl on March 20th. I asked her the next day about taking her out on a date. She tells me to wait till Saturday, which was this past weekend. Saturday comes and she cancels because her hair wasn't done. I offered to see her last night, but she tells me that it was too late. But meanwhile, you're posting on Snapchat asking people who want to drink wine and do hookah with you. Now, mind you, she came looking for me. She asked for my number. I know it's been a week, but things are stagnant. I call her. She doesn't call me back for hours. I don't feel like she's interested in me like that because there's no effort being done on her part. She does have 2 kids. I just want to know if I'm wasting my time. Sign, is it me or is she really not interested?
He got to stop being a bugaboo. That's the first thing. That's an old term, bugaboo. And you got to read the room. She isn't responding. Just go be better. Don't run her down like that.
I have so many questions about the time frames of her not responding.
Okay.
Does she work?
Let's say she does.
what time, like, does she work the type of job where she can't use her phone?
Well, when you talk to her, these are the questions, things you need to establish and things you need to ask versus after you get past the opening statements of how you doing, how's your day, and things of that nature.
And then another thing, okay, I'm going to use me. This is, I keep it real with y'all.
Okay.
So I met this guy, right? He started texting me. He asked me on a date.
That's a first mistake. He shouldn't be texting you, but go ahead.
He asked me on a date. Well, we talk on the phone too. But he asked me on a date.
Through text?
No, on the phone.
Okay.
3 days later.
Okay.
And he wanted to go out of town for the date. Now, for me, it kind of was like, I felt like that was too soon.
You gonna get kidnapped? Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I felt. That's how I felt. But then I had talked to another one of my friends, and he was like, but that's how you get to, because I was like, I don't know him like that. I don't feel comfortable going anywhere, and I don't know him.
A guy told you should go?
No.
A girl?
No, a guy did tell me I should go, because he said that I would, in order to date, I had to actually go on dates. I think I may be way more comfortable if it was local, though, and I could drive my own car. Way more comfortable.
It would be safe.
Yeah, if I could drive.
You have kids to go home to.
Right. So that's when I got this email. All I could think about was what was going through my head when somebody asked me on a date and I didn't know him yet.
Are you going to say I'm going to bring my kids with me?
No.
Okay, that's not appropriate, right?
Right.
It's just it's equally as not appropriate for you to ask to take me out of town on a first date.
Okay,
I have people to depend on me. I have things to know. It's just stupid.
So I feel a lot better about feeling like that was like, yo, no.
You don't have to feel. It's good sense.
Okay.
Don't waste your feelings on this. No.
And we're saying all this, so pal that's listening, she may just be nervous. Yes, she did give you her number and she showed interest first, but it could be that she is nervous to be alone with you or to go on a date. She may be wanting to get to know you a little better.
I'll tell you this too. When a woman wants you, you can't get away from her fast enough.
But
you can't get away from her.
Question, do you feel like interest develops after you've been in contact, or you think the interest would have been there already?
He did talk to her?
Yeah. He said it's been like they've been communicating through text and phone calls. They haven't seen each other yet.
He needs to establish, I want to see you, and let that be the marker. Like, I want to see you. What day can I take you on a date? And tell her, you got 48 hours to get back with me or whatever.
And then if she don't get back with him,
then she missed out on the best thing she's never had. That's all. Don't get confused by the back and forth, because this isn't tennis.
Right.
Set a clear line and say, I would like to take you out this week. What day are you available and what time? It's real simple. And if she doesn't comply, that's cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Now I see why the people wanted you to come back.
Yeah. I try to keep it straightforward.
We got to have you again.
We will.
Well, CL, tell the people where they can find you at.
You can find me every Wednesday. Oh, I should start with Monday. Monday and Wednesday on Relationship Status. You can see me on Instagram at CLButler2. I want to say, is it Instagram or just CL Butler 2? Just CL Butler 2. And I'm right here available. I'm on podcasts, any place you get your podcast. And what I'm going to do next time is be prepared for this information, because right now I'm just...
You know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to plug it in at the bottom.
Okay.
So if you guys want to follow him and follow his podcast, I have the link for you guys to follow.
Yes. Him. And I'm going to start doing more on my Instagram.
Yeah, he's going to start posting.
Yes, I'm going to post something other than show clips.
Well, thank you for joining me for another episode of My Girl Speak with Key. To follow the show, follow us on Instagram at MCS with Key. To get to know the voice behind everything, follow me at The Diary of Key on all platforms. That's Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Clubhouse on Clubhouse. That's 2 Y's. You can email the show, mycurlspeak@gmail.com. And also, if you like to leave a voicemail, it could be played and responded to live at 803-310-4075. Thanks again. See you next week.
This is the Very Necessary Podcast. Come on in, have a seat, and unplug from the world while listening to Jennifer,
Vaughn, Yoshi,
and Sue,
where you get our unapologetic view on relationships, balance, careers, and how we handle it all, or how we don't.
This podcast is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
You can catch us each and every Wednesday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon Music, and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast.